Welcome to another episode of Pretty Smart, the podcast that explores the fine art of business ownership. I'm Dana.
And I'm Bailey. Let's get started.
Yay.
Okay, this is an exciting episode.
It sure is.
Because this is our first episode filming with this project public. Our little secret's out.
The secret is out.
We shared it. Yes. Yeah, we posted like the preview, the sneak peeks, and I don't think I thought of it. We talked about this like when we posted how much I was going to change mentally the actual like filming of the pod and the recording of
it feels bigger.
Yeah. And it feels fun in that like I can tell my energy is a little different because I feel like I have an audience I'm talking to.
Right.
Because we've had such great feedback and so much like anticipation that I can like picture our friends or people that we know who are going to be listening and like almost think like, oh, I'm talking to them.
Yes.
Which is really cool.
Bigger. Before it kind of felt like someone was recording our phone conversations.
Which is not far from the truth.
Which, yeah, truly. It's very on brand.
Yeah.
But now it just feels like we're talking to so many more of our friends and colleagues.
Yeah.
But it's like, hey, guys.
Yeah.
Thanks for being here.
Welcome to our phone chat.
Yes. Yes.
You all have entered the chat.
Yep. Welcome to the chat, fam, because we are in it.
Yes.
But it's been really exciting to hear the feedback. And I think people are excited to listen to what we have to say.
Yeah.
Which feels really nice.
And I'm really excited for that conversation to grow and to start like once we haven't launched yet. We haven't dropped the episodes.
Well, by the time they're listening.
Yeah. Wait. This is so meta. But
it's
like,
the future, Bailey.
We're speaking into the future. But I think I'm really excited for once we get a few episodes going and people start to listen and to get their questions or their interest back. And then we'll have like more to talk about and it'll be, I think, feel like more of a conversation.
Yeah.
I think that'll be really neat.
Crowd participation.
Yeah. Audience participation.
Yes.
Come on.
We're counting on you. Yeah. I think that'll be really fun.
Yeah.
And just like you said, expand the conversation. There's a seat at our table for everybody.
Absolutely.
So come on down.
And I have to give this little disclaimer. So I just want to say that we are filming and recording and editing and publishing all of this on our own.
DIY, if you will.
Yes. With the help of Sweet Matt, who is producing.
And Sweet Vince, who helped us get all the right equipment.
The amount of like technical support I've gotten from Vince. He literally, before he left today, he's like, I will be available if you need to call me for like tech questions. I was like, thank you.
Sweet man. We have such good husbands.
Yeah.
Shout out to our husbands. We love you guys.
But it has been a steep learning curve, learning the difference between film and audio versus still photos, which is my specialty. I thought, oh, how hard can it be? It's the same gear.
Yeah. And you've really taken on the brunt of this because I'm just bringing the topics and the vibes.
Hey, that's great. It's my wheelhouse. I think it would be strange if I was like, and so Dana, you'll be handling the filming of this.
I mean, I would try it, but it would not look this good. I can guarantee it. So it's good to know our limits and our strengths
and where we can support each other.
That's right.
And fill in the cracks and gaps.
Like we said, every great relationship is based on having opposite good sides.
Yeah. Literally the first time we sat down to film, I was like, okay, I was like setting the office. This is my office, by the way.
No big deal.
And I was like setting the table and I was very stressed. And I was like, Dana, do you have a preferred side? She's like, this one. I was like, good.
Yeah.
Because this one's mine.
Then this is going to work.
And that's how we knew. That's when we knew.
Yeah, I think so. That's the foundation of every solid friendship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Complementary good sides.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So,
or ambivalence.
True.
You know, if you have a partner who's like, I don't
whatever.
care,
yeah.
then it's like, great, I will be taking the reins on this one.
Correct.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I have to give that disclaimer that if in the early episodes there's some audio issues or some video shenanigans,
stick with us. It'll probably get better.
You're literally watching us build the plane as we fly it.
Yes.
And what a journey for all of us.
But isn't that how most entrepreneurs get started?
I mean, that's how I got started was like, I literally am a self-taught photographer and now a self-taught videographer.
See? So we are living proof that it can be done.
And I have to be honest, it's been, I was telling someone the other day, I have not felt this like level of like satisfaction in a creative project in years, like since I started my photography business, because it has been so exciting to be like,
so fun.
Yes, it's been like such a new project that you know, when you start a new project and you have that like wave of energy and excitement and you kind of like put everything else off because you're like, I just want to focus on this.
Mm-hmm.
That is how I've felt about this. And it's been fun to have that like vigor again. And it has bled into like other creative outlets, like, oh, I don't know, my photo business.
Yes.
So it's been like so helpful and just, yeah, it's been a fun ride and I'm excited to see where it goes.
Me too. And I think for me, I am a little spoiled because I feel that way every time I get a new client and I design their wedding and create that mood board. That really does it for me. But
yeah, you get to create a new event from the ground up every time.
Every time.
Yeah.
So that's like super fun. And I love that process. But this has been very similar, with even more so because it's outreach. We're reaching so many people.
It is.
And I feel it's that like pseudo, what is that called? When you have like a relationship with people through like Instagram.
Oh, parasocial
relationship. I feel like people will get to know us so much better and like faster from listening to this. And I hope that they want to get to know us.
For better, for worse.
For better, for worse. But if you're listening, hopefully that's what you want. But hopefully it just kind of creates more relationships and opportunities for us to connect with our friends and peers in the industry.
Yeah, I'm really excited for that. It's just like helping our fellow entrepreneurs, helping our fellow business owners, and like making that community feel a little less spread out. And a little more connected and empowered. That's what I want.
That's beautiful. Amen.
Yeah. So on the subject of building this new project.
Yes.
I know we're releasing this in the future, but it is currently the very cusp beginning of busy season. So not a chill time in anyone's life.
No.
You just had a 8th grader graduate.
I did. I have a high schooler.
You have a high schooler.
What?
So we have tons going on in our lives.
Yes.
So why not add on something else?
You know what? I just thrive in the chaos.
Yeah, same. I feel like I said, I feel like I've had like more energy lately than I have in a long time, just because I'm like so invigorated. Right. But have you been feeling any burnout?
Ooh.
Which brings us to our topic of the day, burnout. If you had to guess.
I'm not there, thank God, because it's just the beginning of the season.
Yeah. We'd have to be having a different conversation if you were like, I'm already burned out.
Yeah. However, I have felt burnout in the past. It usually doesn't hit until about November. Thank God. But as of right now, we're doing okay. How about you?
Same.
Okay.
Yes.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
And yeah, for anyone who is not in the wedding industry, our usual busy seasons are like April. Well, I know it's different for planners versus photographers because my busy season is when the actual weddings are happening.
Right.
You have so much pre-wedding work that you probably have
it always kind of feels like busy season.
Yeah.
Just for different reasons.
Yeah.
I would say though, for weddings, like when the weddings are happening, I always say May through October is like, don't try to make plans with me.
Yeah.
May through October.
Yeah.
And December's kind of a throwaway because of the holidays.
Yeah.
And the kids' activities and all that. It's like there's always something going on. So I've got maybe 3 months a year that we can
my off season, I have like April to June. And then I typically have quite a dip and not a lot of weddings happening in July, August, just because it's so hot here and it's summer break. So people tend to plan fewer weddings around like when people are going to be on vacation, I assume.
Right.
And then picks back up September to November.
Yeah.
So I guess it's like half and half almost that I'm on or off.
Right. Well, that's kind of nice though. Do you enjoy that like dip in the summer?
I do, because that's when I do a lot of gardening. And we get to like reconnect with friends. And it helps for me at least to have those kind of 2 core busy seasons that are shorter instead of like one big lump one, because it helps me, even if I start to feel overwhelmed in a particular month or time in that busy season, I can be like, this is all temporary.
Yeah.
You know, like there's light at the end of the tunnel. I'm going to have a break soon.
And what's nice is that we have that perspective.
Yeah.
Because we've been doing this for so long.
True.
I think what's difficult and what's scary for a lot of newer entrepreneurs is that they don't have that perspective yet.
Mm-hmm.
They're just like treading water and trying to figure out this new business and what that looks like and what the threshold is before they hit burnout, or maybe they don't figure it out in time and they meet burnout and they're like, dang.
Uh-oh, here I am.
Right. And then you question everything.
Yeah.
You're like, gosh, maybe this isn't the right path for me.
Mm-hmm.
Is this really what I'm supposed to be doing?
Yeah.
Why would I start my own business? This is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's kind of what we should talk about today, is how to mitigate that, what signs to look for, and just kind of give that perspective that I think so many newer, or even people who are just kind of still trying to figure out what the balance looks like, offer that perspective that this is just a temporary season. And I always like to say, what a great problem to have.
Yeah.
Like, I'm so busy that I'm like stressed about it. And I used to pray for that.
Right. Or what a great problem to have that we're busy with a business we built.
Right.
You know, and we're busy because we are doing something and we're filling a need and we have a product or a service that people want.
Right.
That's the goal. That's the dream.
Yeah.
Right. But you can overdo it and you can take it so far that it becomes a disservice not only to you, but also to your clients.
Absolutely. And I think burnout happens when our passion starts feeling obligatory. And we're like, ugh, I have to
do this.
Right.
Yeah.
I have to get to that gallery. I have to get to those emails.
Yeah.
It's like, okay.
It's like, what do you want?
Right.
Yeah.
And in our age of social media, it's very easy to get bogged down by the expectations and the comparison game of like, oh gosh, like they're doing this, they're doing that. And it's always so much more multifaceted than people realize on the surface of like all of the things that we are juggling and all the different hats that we're wearing as business owners. And when you take on too much, you are putting yourself in a position to face burnout like really fast.
Very quickly.
Yeah. So
it's guaranteed.
Yeah.
At that point, basically.
Right.
It's not a matter of if, it's when.
Exactly. And I think we have to be so self-aware to understand what those triggers might be and the signs that we might need to look for to make sure that we're not falling into burnout.
Yeah. Like almost to try to like stave it off before it happens.
Yes.
Or before you get too far into it.
Yeah.
I think that you can never fully avoid burnout. You will find it eventually. And even someone as seasoned as us who've been in business for 10 plus years, we still have burnout. You know, like there's time, but the difference is that at least that from my perspective, I know ways to mentally cope through it or to set up guardrails to be like, like I see what's coming and I'm going to stop it right there. So I don't get too far into it. But I still have burnout.
Yeah.
So I don't want somebody to think like, follow these 5 easy steps. Yeah. Follow these 5 easy steps and you will never have burnouts. And won't that be amazing? Like that's absolutely not.
Yeah. If anyone's telling you that, they're snake oil salesmen.
And they're probably in burnout right now.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't know. I'm curious, like, what is there a trigger for you? Or is there anything that you've realized about yourself where you're like, I know that if this happens, I'm going to be toast?
Let's think about that. There are a few like bigger triggers, and that is the amount of weddings I take for a year. And so, I mean, there was times in my career when I was taking over 25 a year, which if you do the math is like half the weekends. Yep. And if you crunch that into the busy season, that's like back
every
to back,
weekend.
To back, to back.
Yep.
And just, at least for me and how I like to work, unsustainable.
Absolutely agree.
And it was I had to work so much harder to make my couples feel like the individuals that they are.
Yeah.
Instead of dates on my calendar.
Yes.
And so early on, I kind of figured out like, that's not sustainable. I'm going to raise my prices. I'm going to make sure my services are matching those prices. But that way I can make the same amount of money, but taking on fewer weddings. And I'm still working really hard on those weddings and making those amazing. But I'm not trying to have to do that every single weekend.
Right.
So I only take up to 16 a year now.
Yeah. I think that's great.
And my sweet spot is like 12 to 16.
Yeah.
So that's like a big boundary.
Yes. And I have learned that is critical for me as well. Where like 10 to 12 bookings is my cap. Because truly, if you spread that out over the year, that's like one a month. And if, as you know, it's not always one a month. It's usually 2 a month during the busy season.
Yeah, 3.
Yeah, if we get crazy. But I am having so many touch points with these couples. I can't possibly service 25 couples in a season.
Imagine that.
I mean, it's like I would have no personal life. I would have no energy, like creativity to give them. They deserve that, specialized care, consideration, and they need to feel special. So, and like you said, setting your pricing to make that sustainable for your business, really important. Creating realistic timelines for people too.
Yeah.
Like I'm not going to tell someone, call me anytime, anywhere, 24/7. I'm going to respond. It's like, well, no, I'm going to be going on vacation. So like responses may be delayed because I'm going to be at the beach with my kids. And like, I think that's reasonable.
Yeah.
And all of my couples know that and want me to take that time because it only feeds back into the creativity that I'm able to offer them. But
I think what's so important about that is that you kind of warn them ahead of time.
Yeah.
So they know that if you are less responsive than normal, it doesn't send up a warning signal to them of like, oh my gosh, what's going on with Dana? What's happening?
Exactly.
Instead, they're like, oh, I know she's on vacation. She'll get to it. And it's not a problem.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But those boundaries, like we have to set boundaries. We have to be really clear about the communication, what we're able to do, and when we're able to do it. So
yeah, for me, I limit the number of like sessions I'll photograph in a week. And the nights that I'll do it. Like Wednesdays are typically reserved for Vince and me. And also any weekend that I'm not doing a wedding, I rarely, unless it's a special circumstance, will take on work because I want to have that time with my family too. And have those weekends with my family. So I set those limits. I set limits to make sure that I'm not doing, 3 engagement sessions in 1 week. Because that is going to be a disservice to those couples that by the time I get to the 3rd engagement session, I'm like, oh my gosh, like I'm going to be creatively drained. And that's not the experience I want my couples to have. So spreading that out and being a little bit proactive in my calendar that if I know I have some sessions coming up being scheduled, I can ahead of time block days. If I'm like, oh, yep, I'm pretty busy this week. I only have 1 night open. You know what? I'm going to keep it open and keep it empty. So I'm blocking that night so that nobody can like book anything on my calendar that night.
Did you find it hard to create those boundaries? Because from my perspective, I have seen it almost glamorized, like burnout being like a badge of honor. Like,
I'm so busy. Look at me go.
I just did 4 engagement sessions at this park and now I'm sweating in my car and like driving through McDonald's for dinner. And I think there's like a hustle culture that oftentimes gets a lot of like, wow, like you're so great. How many meetings did you have today? Like,
yeah.
And it gets a little, I don't know. I don't like that. But I do think for a while, that's kind of the narrative that was like, applauded.
Yes. Oh yeah, the hustle culture, the boss babe.
Yes.
Yeah, the great American tragedy really is mediocrity and free time.
Yeah.
It's not rewarded in this country.
No.
Yeah, I think early on I definitely did feel like, oh my gosh, if I'm not busy like that person, then I'm not successful.
Right.
And I think, and certainly I played into that for a while, and I was like, let's go. But I just knew at my core, I was like, I'm not happy. Like,
Right.
this isn't why I started a business, to be chained to my calendar and chained to my schedule. Like,
and how sustainable is that?
It's not sustainable. And that's not why I am doing what I want to do. And so that was when I kind of like stepped back and was like, well, what is it that I want? And why am I doing this? And how can I change my current pace to better meet that? It was really scary at first to do. Like, it felt really scary to be like, oh, if I'm not available 24/7 for someone to schedule a meeting with me, then they'll just go on to the next person. But I've really found that I have to remember that our clients and our couples are just as busy as us. So certainly there's times where I'm like, I have like an online calendar where they can, schedule times with me to meet. And I always say, like, if you can't find a time that works here, like, let me know, and, we can
figure it out.
I'm sure we'll find something else.
Right.
So like, absolutely, we have that flexibility built in.
Right.
But I find like 99 out of 100 times they find a date that works well for everyone, and it's not a big deal. Like, ever. To my knowledge, I've never had a client pass because they couldn't schedule with me soon enough.
Right.
Like,
and like, you have to be realistic too. Like, it doesn't take 2 months to get on our calendar.
No, it takes, people can schedule like 48 hours in advance, or they can schedule 4 or 2 weeks in advance. And
right.
It's fine.
Exactly. Fine. But I think that it's just being flexible, having realistic options for people. Some people work during the week. They're only available on the weekend. So it's like,
or the evenings.
Right. So it's like, well, I know that. So I make myself available for evening appointments.
Yeah.
Or for a Sunday or a Saturday if I don't have a wedding going on, to meet with people. But it's case by case, and, you figure it out. But I'm not doing that all the time, because, again, you have to withhold those boundaries or uphold those boundaries as much as possible.
Yeah.
I think it's really important that people know a fully booked calendar does not equal a sustainable business.
Well, it's also, what is the definition of a fully booked calendar?
I mean, like
cram
fully,
jam.
Yes.
It is a house of cards. If one thing tumbles, the whole thing's going to collapse.
Correct.
Like, some people might thrive in that.
I doubt it.
Because I don't want to yuck anyone's yum. If that's what they love.
Any human being, you cannot tell me, would thrive not having any personal time ever.
I know it's serious because you're like,
I'm bracing myself. But it's like, I just feel that's so unrealistic. I don't want to further that narrative.
Yeah.
Because I think that goes back to the hustle culture and boss babe attitude of like, I must just like kill myself and sacrifice everything about me to be a successful business person.
Yeah.
And I think that we are so much more nuanced than that.
I have a question.
Yes.
About that. Do you think our industry, we know, is like, I think there's statistics out there that it's at least 60%, if not like 75% women owned. I can't speak for other industries because we both are in the wedding industry. So that's our, that's what we experience the most. That's what we know. But do you think that there's correlation, if not causation, that because we're all women entrepreneurs, because we are in a service-based industry where we want to please, it's an emotional industry, in the sense that like we're working around a very emotional event, a wedding.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Matt says that it's 80%. Jeez Louise.
80% female.
I was being conservative.
I was going to say 80%, but I didn't know for sure.
Yeah.
89% is the workforce.
Whoa.
89% of the wedding industry workforce
is women.
Are women.
Which is pretty cool.
Pretty smart.
But I wish... But I wonder if that there is some correlation or causation that like we as women are just wired, maybe it's culturally, to over deliver,
Absolutely.
to sacrifice, to just burn ourselves on both ends of the candle to please everyone and to try to be everything for everyone.
Yes.
Like what typically the expectation for women in this culture is you are either supposed to be one thing or you're supposed to be everything. But there's like no in between.
Yes.
And either way, you're going to fail because you're not good enough for either.
Right. And I totally think that plays into it.
Yeah.
And it's the same reason why we see newer people in this industry, women, I'm just going to say generally, basically losing money.
Yeah.
To do the job. And I will see postings, wedding day of coordination, $300. I'm like, you're losing money, my girl.
Yeah.
There's no way that you are able
if you
to run your
that
business
out minus like, we'll just say their
hourly
only expense is the cost of gas. If you had a $300 day of coordinator, if they are doing the job, it's at least a 12-hour day. So Matt, could you do that math for me?
Yeah, please.
I'm a photographer, not a
mathematician. I saw a meme that was like, if there ever comes a point where we're both doing mental math, this is all you.
I want you to know I look like I'm concentrating, but I'm just waiting for you to answer.
Exactly.
So let's
stare down.
It's $25 an hour gross. So
okay. So all right. I'm going to just like steal that, bogart that and be like, okay, so if I do the quick math.
Yeah.
So if you are charging $300 for at least a 12-hour day, that's, we've now learned $25 an hour.
Yep.
Minus gas to get to the place, which these days is like a whole $25 of that wage. That is,
if you have team.
And hopefully you have like someone else helping.
Right. How much are you paying them? Like what?
It's just, I just can't think. You would have to be working double, triple headers, which means like a wedding Friday, Saturday, Sunday to be able to make any sort of profit off of that.
And like for me, I'm always like, is it worth it?
Sure. But I do always want to be really cognizant. Like, that $300 rate coordinator, day of coordinator could have a whole job on their own.
Sure.
And this is their like fun money.
Sure.
And they could be great at it. And that is serving a piece of the market that is important because there are certainly budgets and there's certainly couples that can't afford more than that. And so I don't want to say that anyone who's charging.
Okay. All right. You could be nice cop today.
I'm always like, but
I'll be bad cop. I think that's crazy. No.
And I'm like, but maybe they're really doing a good job.
Right. And maybe they are. And I'm sure that they are. But the problem is I don't think that they're making enough money for that to be sustainable and not burn out.
Yeah.
Because that's the whole point of what we're talking about today is like protecting ourselves from that creative burnout.
Yeah.
And day of coordination is a little different, obviously, than photography or wedding design and planning because we need that creative like oomph.
I totally agree.
Yeah. It's just a different skill set. And I think that's where the burnout can happen is when you are working too hard, you're not really seeing the payoff, and you're like, why did I do this to myself?
Yeah. You had such a good point that like when it starts to feel like an obligation.
Right.
Because what's happening is that you are saying yes to things, but there's resentment behind it.
Right.
And that resentment starts, if you don't break that down with time off, whatever it is that could, release that tension from you, then it's just going to build up and build up and build up until you hit a breaking point. Yeah. And that's where we see a lot of people who, this breaks my heart, but when you hear stories of people who are like, oh my gosh, they used to be so good.
Right.
And now they're like so unreliable or so uncommunicative. What happened?
they've taken on too much.
Yeah. And it's really sad to see because you don't ever my hope is that every business owner, just as much as they're entering business ownership on their own terms, is that they get to exit on their own terms and gracefully as well, as opposed to flaming out, ruining your reputation, and like taking client experiences with you.
And it
makes me so sad.
Yeah. And I will say, in that same vein, we can change direction.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you can learn something new and change your mind.
Yeah.
And be like, you know what? Like, for me, I used to do a ton of month of coordination.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, it kept me super busy, and my calendar was more packed. And it was great when I was starting, right? Because I'm like, I'm getting all this experience with all of these vendors and these different venues and, learning so much. And then I realized that the weddings I was doing month of coordination for were so very different than the weddings I was partially or fully planning.
Mm-hmm.
There was like a mismatch with my brand identity.
And you weren't feeling fulfilled from them.
No, and I felt that my consumers, like my clients that I was serving in that month of coordination, usually were getting way more than what they paid for, because I preach about boundaries, but it's very hard.
Right. We can stand up here all day and sound so confident.
Yes.
But,
but it is hard when you're working with someone and you're doing it. And like, then once I started doing less month of coordination, where I only had like a handful and the rest were all for full planning, I was like, oh, what's the difference? I'm just going to do everything for them anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So that was kind of a disservice to the couples that were paying me for more services, and I was giving it kind of for free to these other people who were paying me for less.
Right, because they're taking your time from the people who are actually paying you for that full service attention.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I won't lie, there were times that my month of people were disappointed with the look of their wedding, or
which had nothing to do
with me.
Yeah.
They designed it. They hired all of the vendors for it.
Mm-hmm.
I was just executing their vision. And I realized after many years, you know what? I'm not going to do that anymore.
Yeah.
I'm just going to leave that segment of the market to other people who really thrive in that. And that's like their lane. They enjoy it. It brings them bookings and whatever. I shifted.
Yeah.
Now I'm focused only on partial and full planning and design, because that's what I'm great at.
Right.
So it's like I had to learn that, and I had to be like, you know what? That worked for a little while. Now we're changing gears.
Yeah.
And I think that is okay.
Yeah. I had a similar like learning curve where I was early on saying yes to like every type of photography because I just wanted to try it all and I wanted to see what I was good at.
Yeah.
And quickly I pared down to weddings and couples and portraiture. And then as the years went by, I was doing so many family sessions along with my wedding couples that it got to be this kind of like unsustainable use of time.
Right.
Like think about or family sessions. They're almost always happening on weekends and evenings because everyone's in school, everyone's working. And it just got to a point where it was feeling more like an obligation. And I was like, I know this isn't where my passion is. I'm not feeling creatively fulfilled from this. And so a couple years ago, I really stepped back from family photos and I only I don't really advertise it. I only serve like past clients.
Right.
And that's like a little, like, I wouldn't say under the table, but
no, I think it's
like
just like a perk.
It's a perk. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Perk. And I love getting to capture new milestones with them. But that was like a lesson I had to learn of like, I am feeling burnout in my own business because there's a piece of it that no longer serves me, no longer inspires me. And it's okay to cut that off. It was hard for me to do. It was scary. It was like, oh my gosh, it's loss of income.
Right.
But I did the math. I was like, I could take on one other wedding, which is virtually, 1 weekend of my time. aside from the editing and all this stuff.
Right.
But to make up for that income, I would have to do like 10 to 20 family sessions.
Right.
Which is 10 to 20 evenings versus one weekend.
Mm-hmm.
That math felt pretty clear to me.
Right. And the great thing about it too, because we all are part of this community, I will be the first person when I get an inquiry for day of, month of coordination. I'm like, you know what? I'm so sorry. I don't offer that. Here's a list of people that do.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And
I know
they're
great family photographers who they specialize in that. That's what gasses them up.
Right.
And it's like, I am
Refer
happy to refer them
Absolutely.
and like serve their business.
Right.
And everyone feels good.
Exactly.
Hopefully.
Right. And like, I just think that is powerful in and of itself.
Yeah.
To be able to say, I know that this isn't for me. Let me point you in the right direction, because these people could really help you out.
When we're in the middle of busy season and we're kind of like, oh, like the roller coaster, we've gone over the hill and we're just like
holding on for dear life.
Sometimes we're upside down, but we're like, we know this ride is going to stop.
Yes.
And we have systems in place to make this work, but it still doesn't make it any less like crazy sometimes.
Yeah.
What are some things you do in the middle of the busy season to kind of like take a break or relieve some of that like tension and stress?
That's such a great question.
Thanks.
I feel like ultimately, I am a social person.
No.
So believe it or not.
Dana.
So I love being with my family and friends. That really like re-energizes me and like fills my cup when I could just like go out to lunch with a friend and gab and enjoy great food and spend time together. I literally walk away like totally rejuvenated after those types of things. And I love a good retail therapy. You know, especially like antique shopping. I love a good stroll through Home Goods or TJ Maxx.
She just wants to look.
Yeah. I mean, I like to touch. I'm a very like tactile person. So I like to touch like fabrics and shiny things. And, you know, like I'm always like redoing the shelving.
I'm picturing you just
in
like
my
walking
office.
along, just like running.
I am. Like catch me in the pillow aisle or like the blanket aisle.
Yeah.
Candles. It's a sensory experience. Okay. So I would say those are probably my top: shopping and just like connecting with my people. How about for you?
Mine are I'm similar, surprisingly. Like I find it surprising that when I'm busiest, I want to reach out to people and be with other people. And I think it's so helpful because it gets like our jobs are so siloed sometimes and isolating. Like I work in this office, I work at home, unless I'm photographing. But so much of my work happens alone.
Yeah.
And it's nice to get out even for like a coffee or a lunch or something, just to take your mind off things or commiserate with a few colleagues and just kind of forget for a while and get out of your own head. So you like the feelings and the pressures feel a little less big. And then when I'm home, I like to needlepoint.
Oh.
Or garden. I will just stand at like the back door and like sip my coffee and like stare at my plants and be like, oh, the broccoli's looking so good.
Do you like to water?
Yes.
Like, me too.
Oh, yes. I just sit there and I'll go out and turn my compost, and that's really satisfying.
Yeah.
This is really silly, but you can compost cardboard.
Yeah.
And so I have a little compost bucket in our kitchen, and I get so excited every time we like finish a paper towel roll or a toilet paper roll, because I'm like, more compost for the worms. And I like skip it over to the kitchen and I shred it up and put it in the bucket.
Wow. See, everybody's got different things. That's just one of those things. Would you like if I gift you my like tubes? My toilet paper tubes
Your
and
rolls?
my rolls, my empty rolls.
Happily, I would take those.
Yeah, like would that like
genuinely? Yeah, it really makes me so happy that I have my compost, because it's like so much less goes to waste. Oh. Like if I chop a little strawberry top off, I'm like, more for the worms.
Oh,
eat up.
That's so cute.
Yeah.
Okay, done.
Yeah, but needlepointing is like really gratifying also, because like every stitch is a little tiny success. So you see
immediate satisfaction. Accomplishment.
Mm-hmm.
When did you start doing that?
I started in 2023, I think.
Wow. So this was like an adult hobby that you picked up.
I have, I did a lot of like cross stitching and like other like crafty things growing up. And I've knit and I've crocheted and I've learned. Needlepoint is the one that like feels like it stuck the most. And I've really enjoyed the most because there's so many things you can do with it. And it's like just easy enough that there's not a huge learning curve. But then if you want, you can like take it really far.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
I need to do more with my hands.
Yeah. They do say that if you have like a right brain or like use both hands, it's very good for your brain.
Yes.
Or if you are crisscrossing your hands across your body and doing something, that's like super good.
Yes.
For your brain.
Yeah. That was actually something the kids worked on in physical therapy, was crossing the midline.
Oh, crossing the midline.
Yeah.
I'm just picturing like dancing. Dance with.
That'd be so funny when they were like babies. But it was more so like they'd hold a toy over on this side and like hold this arm down so that they'd have to grab it with this hand. Like it was like that simple. But it was just like get them to cross the midline.
Yeah.
Because my kids would be like, and like if something was over there and this hand was being held, they would like, just look at it.
Shoot.
Yeah. It was like,
can't.
I guess we're not getting that. So.
Nothing I can do about this.
So I could see how that's an important skill to have.
Yeah, that's so interesting.
Is there anything that you've done thus far in busy season that like filled your cup up a little bit?
We just made a little tiny vacation to California to go to a music festival. Live music is like my husband's and my love language.
Oh.
It's very relaxing to us.
Yeah.
And what better scene than Napa to sit on a blanket in the sun and listen to. It's not as fancy as it sounds. I understand the optics of this.
Like Napa.
We did not fly in one of the PJs like all the other PJs flying over the venue. We were like,
oh, I wonder who that is.
Not us.
Yeah.
We did see Fred Armisen and Carrie Brownstein though. I forgot. They did a cover band. They had a cover band.
No way.
Yeah.
That's
we like
fun.
walked in. I was like, that's Fred Armisen.
Oh my God.
And he was like in a wig. It was a cover band for, what's the band that goes, let's go.
Da, na, 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 na.
Is that
I don't know.
Strokes?
I could sing the whole song. I don't know who sings it.
Blitzkrieg Bop.
Oh God, I know this.
Our producer's really slacking today.
Pick up the pace.
First day's not going so hot.
Not sure if
The
it'll be it.
The Ramones.
Oh, the Ramones. Yeah, it's their cover band for the Ramones.
Fun.
I know. Isn't that funny?
Yeah.
It's like, what?
What?
It was really good. They sounded great.
Amazing.
Yeah. I feel like in this era of my business, I am appreciating more the broader range of creative jobs.
Yeah.
I was sitting there on the blanket reflecting of like, wow, the music industry has a lot of overlap to the wedding industry. Like it's a lot of solopreneurs or like small businesses, these bands or single performers, and they got to navigate it just like us. And there's, big media, just like there's big media in the wedding industry. And I don't know, it's just like kind of fun to like think
it's
from a different
when
angle.
We can like zoom out.
Yes, exactly.
And see
zoom
like
out.
this bigger picture and you're like, oh.
Yeah. It's like, other people deal with the same problems and maybe it's not as big of a, maybe I'm making it too complicated. And as you like to tell me, it's not that deep.
It's really not that deep.
It's not that deep.
Mm-mm.
But I have no chill. So I have to be reminded about that almost daily.
I feel like that was a missed opportunity to call this the No Chill podcast.
Chill, no chill.
Yeah. We have no chill.
Or like a Gen Z, like, yeah, no chill.
Yeah. We're not that young and fun.
Yeah. What have you been doing to kind of...
I haven't gotten to that point yet because we have been in the midst of like end of school where it's like dress your kid as a cowboy, dress them as a popsicle. I don't know. It's just like the craziest thing. And it's like whatever color you think that they're going to have to wear, it's not. It's going to be like, we need the kids to wear chartreuse today. And you're like, that is the one color that my kid does not have. So we're going to the store. I don't know why they need to be color coded, probably just to keep track of everybody a little easier. But it's beyond me. there has been so many end of school activities, and then the promotion ceremony, they don't call it a graduation, from 8th grade, and the, wrestling things and the camps and this and that. So that almost sounds like burnout, but it's not. It's just like typical busyness.
Yeah.
And I'm just looking forward to some family time away once everything slows down. We have like 2 weeks carved out this summer that we are going to go to the beach. We're going to swim. We're going to eat really good food and just spend time together.
Nice.
So that's going to be like such a great gift. And to spend time with your kids like while they're still little.
Yeah.
This is a weird transition time for our family with Leo going into high school, because it feels like once they're in high school, they're kind of like their own people.
Yeah, they could become so much more autonomous.
Yeah. So looking forward to that.
Yeah.
For sure.
Oh, good. Burnout, pretty or smart?
Oh, no, that's a bad
neither. Wow, our first neither.
I know.
Burnout. We need to have like a little chart.
Yeah.
It's like the pretty or the smart.
That's why we need the buttons.
Oh.
Boo. Like
pretty.
Yeah.
Smart.
Yeah.
Pretty smart.
Yeah. Ding, 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 ding. I really want like a control board with buttons. Yeah. I don't know.
I don't want that in your hands.
I can be trusted. Maybe.
I want you to remember that trust is a currency.
True. And it needs to be earned. I would say burnout is neither pretty nor smart. So
it sure is not pretty. Please do not valorize burnout.
Yeah.
And it's definitely not smart if you want to stay in business.
Yeah. True that. But I think the more that we can like talk about it openly and honestly, like we're doing today, we can help each other. We can help other people avoid that.
Yeah.
And hopefully they've learned some tools that they now have in their tool belt to avoid it.
True. So true.
And just remember, there's no path so far traveled that you can't stop and change direction.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite quotes.
Everything is figure-outable.
Yes. Right. So, and just because you're feeling a certain way right now doesn't mean that that is a forever feeling. It might mean that you need to make some adjustments, but it's temporary.
Yeah. That's nice.
So you said it. I was just reiterating.
All right. Should we wrap this up?
I think so.
Okay.
Let's put a bow on this thing. Thank you so much for listening to and watching another episode of Pretty Smart. If you would like to send us some questions, comments, concerns.
Just the questions and comments.
No concerns. That's on the 4th floor. Complaint department is on the roof with the pool. But what is our email address?
Oh, it's a good one. I was really proud it wasn't taken.
Yeah.
Do you want to hear it?
Yes. I would love to hear our email address.
Well, let me tell you it.
Great.
It's that'sprettysmart@gmail.com.
So you can email us or you can send us a DM on our socials.
And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
Thanks for being here.
Until next time.
Stay pretty smart.
You stay pretty smart, San Diego.
That was a really fun one, even though it was about burnout.